when we kind of deviate on what we begin to kind of create our own understanding, or mankind tries to create their own understanding of truth, is when you get into misunderstandings or miscalculations or bad ideas, specifically for what we define as morality. Morality meaning morals,
Sure.
values, those different things. And in our culture today, one of the most prominent ways you see that app applied is just a feelings based
Oh, absolutely.
reality. And I said it never made sense to me how identity based and an identity based on feelings, or identity based on feelings, should be the things that we should treat people by and define reality by, especially when often the same people promoting the mindset of a feelings based identity often push back on Christians with the accusation of living life based on those very same things. And to me, it sounds like either a double standard or just pure projection. Projection meaning projecting or putting onto someone's own insecurities or difficulties or struggles. And so, how can a reality be based on feelings when feelings can change on the fly and can easily be manipulated, especially in getting into what I would call, or what people would call, kind of a biological or naturalistic worldview. Feelings are often the body's natural chemical response, and attempt to send a message or trigger an attempt at regulatory behavior, like kind of like when you're a kid, you learn not to touch a hot stove because you touch a hot stove and it immediately hurts because it's hot, and it's the nerves in your fingers sending a signal through your muscles and brain.
That I don't do that again.
Right, and yeah,
That's right.
and that's really what it is. And so that's the biological example. But we know also that it's not just biological alone. There's also a psychological side to that as well. And because of that, it usually can be skewed by traumatic experiences. And I've dealt with this some in my own life too, is that it can put you in a state of hypervigilance, and it can make you. And I think everybody gets this word, kind of would sound familiar. A lot of people, we catastrophize a lot everything, but it's a stress response. It's a natural human stress response, and we make things worse we make things worse, or make things seem worse to ourselves than they actually are, or vice versa. We make things seem less worse than they actually are. Yeah, it makes things seem like something is or is actually isn't, or isn't or actually is, and it's all based on this me kind of
Absolutely.
thing.
And so